now let's understand what we have learned yesterday. Okay, so we understand the basically what is Power BI and what is intelligence and how you can implement this intelligence to a business so that your business always on top of the competition, right? And we also try to understand other competitors, not only from Microsoft like Tableau and ClickView, and we also try to understand with MSBI and Power BI the combination is good. Okay, the Power BI with MSBI is really a good option. So that is the reason in one of our friends, Durga also got in IVF, IVY Technosoft, I guess, some company. So right, so this is good actually. That is the reason even I'm surprisingly to see this SSAS with Power BI. Okay, the combination is giving very good packages. Okay, now today we are going to we also learned one sample report called report 1. Okay, is IMF report. Okay, IMF report. Okay, now today report 2 we will go through, and this will be little deeper. Okay, and little deeper and little big one. Okay, we will do it for 2 to 3 days. Okay, so depend on the concepts that we discuss. So let me just explain about the data, and then we'll start. Meanwhile, let me open Power BI desktop. Okay. Okay, so now this is the one. This is the one. So meanwhile, let the Power BI desktop open, and let me explain the data. Okay, so sources and GDP analysis is done. Yesterday we have discussed about IMF website, and the second project, second report that we are going to discuss is population. Okay, so what is this population? So you have 3 files: population from 1950 to 1999, 2000 to 2049, 2050 to 2100. So these are the forecasted data versus past data. Okay, so 19, see, just similar to a sales, every month sales files. You might be having every month sales file, right? So the similar way. Okay, so similar way, let that open. Similar way, if you are familiar with this files, you can also do. Any questions, please? Okay, please go on mute if someone was. Okay, old students, please take care this muting concept for a few days. Okay, Kishore Gaddam, you are very old student, but still. Kishore. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So these are the 3 files which look similar. Okay, let me open this with Notepad++ because it's a CSV file, but it can open with Excel also. See, it's a huge data. If you just see this, it's around 2 lakh records. Okay, so and all of them look similar. Okay, so let me and I will show you in Power BI itself. Okay, so these 3 files we are going to create a report. Okay, how many things that we do in Power Query, how many things we do in Power BI desktop, so how we will create the visualizations, everything that we are going to see with this report. Okay, this is a complete report. This is one of my favorite reports which covers most of the topics in Power Query. Okay, so let's get started. So whenever you see this yellow window, you just simply close it. You no need to sign in like this. Okay, that is okay. Sign in will be given later, but without sign in also you can use it just for free. Okay, so there is no restrictions at all. That is the first thing. And the second thing, to go to Power Query, you have an option called transform data. From this way you can go to Power Query. Okay, but for now I need to first get the data, then we will decide whether how to go to Power Query and all. So as I said, this is a CSV file. So if you just check what kind of file type it is a .csv file. If you do not see this .csv, you need to view the extensions as well. okay, or you can just check this properties, okay, what kind of file type it is, okay, .csv here, type of file, okay. So this is one of the important thing. Now you see the CSV or text both are same, so we need to choose this option and need to go to source folder, okay. In the source folder, population project, and first file we are choosing, okay. So now the Power BI is connecting to that file and trying to get the data. So what does it mean by get the data? Now you see this is how the file looks like. Though that was CSV, you observe this delimited by comma. So Power BI understood that file automatically and it's delimited. When I open, you might have seen how that looks like. All commas were there. But when I connect to this, Power BI automatically convert that into a sheet kind of a thing, and it's the comma delimited it has chosen automatically, right? Based on the top 200 records, the data type will also be decided, okay. So these are the three options that you see. File origin we never work with most of the times, but delimited, okay, you will also see when I work with other kind of files, okay. Delimited sometimes we will work with, and this is okay, okay. This is also we never change basically, okay. Only thing you need to focus on this, sometimes, not every time. And you see this is the header, okay. Let me show you this, okay. So this is the header, okay, but actually these are all the junk data, okay. Sorry, this is the header, this is the junk data, okay. So we need to remove all this data, okay. So let's remove, but it is not possible if I load it into Power BI desktop. So what we will do, we need to click on transform data. So let's click on this, so that the tool inside the tool, the Power Query will open up. See, this is important, the Power Query, okay. So this will be important. Now we need to clean this data. So how to clean? First of all, this should be header. You see, location ID, location, time, age group, age span, population, female population, male population. This is the right header. And you see, if you observe, this Afghanistan is also available here, okay. So this is the unwanted record, and this is also wantedly I have put this junk data. So in this case, how we can delete these records, the unnecessary data? So there is an option called remove top rows, okay. So this you can simply use the remove top 6 rows. So how many? Top 6 rows. You can try with 5, and if you feel no, one more record also should go, then again you can come to gearbox, okay. Click on the gearbox and change to 6, and then this is actually should be the first header, right? So yesterday we have seen this, how to make this first row as a header, right? So you can just simply click here, or in the transform data also use first row as a header, right? So this is to use header as a first row. This is the header right now. You can push this back and you can write your own header. So that in that case, this one we need to use, but here we are using use first row as a header. Perfect. This is a clean data. Now you see applied steps. You can go back then and you see what are the data that is there, how previously the 6 records and everything, and you can just check in the applied steps, okay. So you can also understand what the formula that is actually doing. We just try to see it, but we don't do much about this. This is called M language, okay, or Power Query language. We call M mashup language, okay. Power Query language, okay. M language, we call this as M language, okay. I will tell you what to do with it, but most of the 99.99% we never touch it. Very rarely we will just check this. Okay, that's what, if you join from mobile, that is a problem. So that is the reason I highly recommend, I can zoom it, okay, that's okay. but the problem is you need to log in from your laptop. Okay, if you really log in from laptop, you will see the better screen. Okay, so yeah, I will try to do zoom it. Okay, so now let me also get one more file. Just see first, and I no need to go to Power BI desktop. We are in the Power Query. Okay, here Power Query editor. So let me also get one more file. Now you see here also we have a same option, text and CSV file. This is a new source, but that is a get data. Both are same. Okay, name only different, but both are same. Okay, if you click more also, you will see the same window. Okay, so new source, get data, both are same, both are Power Query options. Though that is available in Power BI desktop, it is actually a Power Query option. Okay, so on the file you see text CSV, you can choose this. So anyway, see, I am showing multiple ways to connect the file. So one is from Power BI desktop, another one is from Power Query. Now you see here we also have junk data, and where is our header? Our header is in the top only, but our junk data is somewhere in the middle. In this case, how can we do it? This is also a challenge, right? So first challenge was header is also in the 7th column or 8th column, and remaining were junk data, so we remove top rows. But here is not the scenario. Here you have a first row is in the here, and we wantedly kept some junk data here. Okay, so how can we remove this junk data? So how can we remove the junk data? So that is the challenge. So let's see this also. Okay, so now you see here, just if you observe, all NAs are there. Let's filter it and see what is NA in that. Okay, so unselect everything and search for NA. You have NA, and you just click outside. Now it will be filtered for NA. No. So ideally it should filter for NA. You see, NA. See, these are all records are actually not required. So if I remove this NA, all records will go. So let's give a try. I'm just closing this. Now we get back, and first we need to use this first row as a header. Use first row as a header. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now, here or anywhere, any column, if you just filter it out NA, remove NA, then entire record will go. So that is called filtering. So now we use first row as a header, we use remove top rows. Now we are using filtering concept. So how to filter? Just like an Excel filter. So everybody might know about it. So simply unselect and search for NA, and ideally it should go. Sorry. One second. Directly NA, search for NA, and remove this NA. Now you see this is gone. So now every record do not have NA. Okay, this is clean one. So what we have done? So we used first row as a header here, and then we filtered. We filtered. What kind of filter? Location ID is not equal to NA. Right? So then entire row or entire record is gone. Though I have filtered it in one column, it filtered entire record or entire row, because it works like a table. Okay, they are not independent columns. They are belongs to one table. It's called population 2000-2009 file. Okay, let me get one more file. The last file. Okay, so let me open this up and let's see what challenges we have in this third file. Okay, so in the third file, the location ID is very good. That header is perfect, and let's see. Looks like no issue, but let's load it and then see what kind of issues we will see in the file 3. Now you see there is some kind of a black color. Okay, now here you see there won't be any black color, everything is green. What is this green color? What is this black color? If you hover over, it's saying that 99% is valid data in the location ID, 0% errors, but 11 records, which is 1% empty. Okay, I simply click remove empty, but I just want to see what is that empty records. So if you select only null, you see this is wantedly picked up, this kind of issue. So previously we filtered NA records, which is text, all records were NA, but now you see here in the number 1, 2, 3 data type you see null, but ABC data type you see blank. What is this? This is a blank. Here if you see, it's a blank. So blank nulls are same, only different in the data type. So say if I change this ABC to 1, 2, 3, then this become null. Okay, so based on the data type, blank will become null, null will become blank. If I change this to ABC, this will become blank. Understand this. Null means what? Unknown value. Okay, unknown value. It is equal to blank, but it's not blank. Something like that. Okay, so in SQL, for the numbers, we call it as a null. Null means unknown value. We don't know what is there. Okay, even it's not, if blank means it's not the original blank. It is some there's no text, there's no number, something like that. So that is the reason if I filter nulls, here you are seeing blank only. Okay, so here you see number nulls, ABC blank, number nulls, something like that. Okay, though it's an entire same record, if I filter it for null, blank values also came into picture. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just want to select everything. So clear filter. So I got everything. Now what I will do, I will untick this null. That's all. So what we filtered here. Let me explain all the issues. In the first file, what we have done, we use first row as a header and remove top 6 rows. See this one. Remove top 6 rows and promoted header. Two steps we have done. And change data type is automatically applied by the Power Query. Based on top 200 records, it will automatically apply the data types. Okay, if you don't like, we can change again. Okay, that's okay. So what 2 steps we have done? Remove top 6 rows and the promote header. 2 steps. What here we have done, first promote header and then filter rows. Filter for NA. You see filter not equal to NA. Here what we have done, promote headers and filter for what? Null, not equal to null. Clear? So these things we have done, and while doing it, I have observed that the header is same for everybody. This guy, 3 files having same header. Please someone go on mute. If you have any questions, please feel to connect with me, but otherwise we will remove you. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, there was an internet issue. Just now power disconnected. Okay, so if you are not speaking, please go on mute. Okay. Now, while hope you see my screen and you can hear me perfectly. Just type yes if you are clear everything. Okay, thank you, Sandeep. Okay. So these files are same, right, and same in the structure. So when I say structure, the number of columns, you see the columns, 9 columns, and here also you have a 9 columns, and here also you have a 9 columns. Where you can see here in the corner. Okay, so there are 999 plus rows, which means could be thousands. Okay, so how do I know that? So that one more thing I am going to introduce you, that is called count rows. In each and every file you can count the rows. It is almost 208,950 records. In other words, 2,08,950 rows. In Indian numbering, it is 2,08,000. In US language, 208,950 rows. So huge data. And here also you have almost the same. Here also you have the almost similar count. So almost 6 lakh records we are handling. So looks like similar to real time. Okay. So now you can close and apply, but we are not doing like this. So I just asked my architect, so what can I do with this? So he suggested me one. Okay, thank you everyone. So he suggested me one proposal. I'll show you this. Okay, so he asked me to create this task schema. Okay, so out of those 3 files, he want to have a combined file. So he just asked me to combine all the 3 files into one file, and in that file he wants to have these columns only, and remaining columns he don't want. And out of this he wants me to split it to these 3 files. This is my requirement. So first let's prepare this file. Okay, this file. So let's see how can I prepare that. So there's an option called append. Okay, so append and append new. So I'll just click on append new here, and I'll see what is the append rule. Number 1, you can do more than 2 files or 3 or more files at a time, which means you see we have all 3 files. Let's say if you have 10 files also, you can simply combine them here. Getting what I'm saying? So you can select add, and you can put order also. Let's say if you want to move this up, you can make it up, and if you move it down, you can move it down for any file also. And you can, if you want to, you can remove and you can add it again. So that's the facility that we have. Okay, this is the tool about that, right? So you can move this up 99, 49, 2100 proper order. If you want to descending order, you can move this up and you can move this down using these options. This is called append. Okay, append. I will also show you how exactly this works. Now you see number of columns are 9, but now we check the count. Now you see it's around 6 lakh records. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6,31,029 records. In other words, 631,029 records. So are they come proper? So removing this count option. So now I need to validate whether I get everything or not. So how do I know? So in this data I have 2050 to 2100. Here I have 2000 to 49. Here 1950 to 1999. See 1950 to 1999, I can see it here. If I click load more, I'll see 1950 to file, 2000 file 49, 2050 to 1. See, I'm seeing everything now. So it's clearly showing. I can verify. So like it's a 2051. Yes, it is there. 52. It is there. 53. So testing. So it is there. So let's say 2100. It is there. So let's say 2033. It is there. So let me check in 1957. 1957. Okay, it is there. So which means data is come from all the 3 files. So just it's a kind of testing. It's properly appended or not. Sometimes there will be issues. Okay, sometimes there will be issues to do the append. So we should know those rules, append rules. So to do that, so now I'm going to just finish this file, and then I'll explain you append more clearly in another POC file. What is POC? Proof of concept. I will tell you that. So just rename this to population combined. Okay, that is the name I should give. Population hyphen combined. Okay, so name is over, and then the country ID. Here it is location ID. So what I can do, I can double click and rename it country ID, right? So hyphen ID. So I should be follow whatever they have given. Okay, and we will discuss that later. Location means country. So these are all countries. So I can easily change this to country. Okay.
Mahendra, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Yes, the tables which we are using, are these normalized, or we should? There are some rules like normalization rules before we use these tables. Those will be taken care, or we need to do that before we use that tables.
See there, this is not at all DBMS. Okay. So normalization, we never use normalization in reporting side. Okay. We always use denormalization concepts. Okay. So normalization will be for OLTP system. For OLTP, I will discuss that in the data warehousing concepts. Okay. So here we always deal with object oriented kind of things. Okay.
Okay. So we don't need to take care of those things.
Yes, you need to. Okay. Right. So this is the year. And we will come to the data warehousing. And while discussing data warehousing, we will discuss what is OLAP, what is OLTP, what is denormalized star schema, what is normalized snowflake schema. We will discuss. Okay, not to worry about it. And now next year is also age group. So let's see age group. Yeah, here we have age group. Age hyphen space GRO UP. Okay, age group, right? So age hyphen group. Okay. So double click. Okay, so age group, and then gender. Where is gender? There is no gender. Okay, so how to get the gender? That is important. Okay, first of all, we don't want this age start, age span. Let's remove this. Okay, so simply select them two columns with shift and hit, and we even don't want totals also. I will tell you why we don't want totals. How can we get the totals? We will use a measure concept called total. Okay, that's the reason I really don't want that totals. But here you see male female is there. I need to have it in the gender part, and then the total population in the population column. So that's how I really want. Okay, then I will come back to append. Okay, we will create append. So meanwhile, let me just open a POC file. Let that load. So why I'm opening this blank one? It's a rough notebook. So sometimes we do practice before writing a fair notebook. We will also use some kind of rough notebook, right? So POC is nothing but kind of a rough note. Okay, how the concept really work. To understand that concept 360 degrees, okay, we will use a rough notebook. Okay, I will come to this. But before that, why rough notebook? Only to understand this append concept, how this append will work, how the append new will work. Okay, we should know this concept clearly, right? So for that, I am trying to create another notebook. But let's finish this and we'll go to that. Okay, so to understand before append, I need to also show you the unpivot. Okay, two things we will check there. Okay, so unpivot columns, what happens? Unpivot other columns, what will happen? So unpivot only selected columns, what will happen? This is also you need to know clearly. So these two things we will test it in the POC file. Okay, first check this unpivot columns. Now you see this is what I want, male, female. So I can make this as a gender. Okay, so here I have male, female. So but why this pop is coming? So we need to remove that pop, and we will and then this is population. So as per the requirement, whatever the columns they want, I get it. Okay, this is done, this part is done. Now let's understand this unpivot concept deeply, and then the append deeply, so that this the first table is created. So using this table we need to create again 3 more tables. So this is called star schema. We will discuss that in a while. Okay, first what we can do, we can say it's done, but before that we need to also change the data type. So this is undefined data type. So what is meant by data type? Whether it's a number or a text or a decimal number. You see, when you click this is in the 60 to 70% of issues you will get it because of this data type. Okay, so this is one of the most important thing. So whether it's a decimal number, whether it's a fixed decimal number, whole number, percentage, date, time, so duration, text, true or false, binary. So all these data types that we need to know. So what simply I can do, I can simply select everything. So how do I select everything? You can just shift and click on here, so that it will select everything, and go to transform and detect data type. What you can see, select everything and detect data type, so that it automatically detects data type. You see, this is a number, perfect. This is a country, perfect. This is also a number, perfect. This is ABC because hyphen is there, so it's obviously ABC. So this is also ABC, and this is also decimal. This is good. So everything is good. So no issues. It's a blue color, so no errors, nothing. But only thing is I need to remove this pop. So how can I remove this pop? So there are 2 ways. I can right click and split column by number of characters. So I need to remove this first 3. Okay, so that is one option. And even here in the transformation also there is an option called split column by number of characters. So you can try all of them, but depend based on the requirement. If you have a digit to non-digit or non-digit to digit, then you can split, or uppercase lowercase. Here also we have uppercase lowercase, but if I use that it won't come properly. We can test it. We can test it in POC, or your when you practice, you just try all these options. So this is while doing, you have to do many ways. You need to test everything. So you try all these options and choose which suits better. Okay, this is also one option. And here also you have one more option called extract by first characters, last characters, text after delimiter, text before delimiter, text between delimiter, and range. Okay, this is actually this will keep the column as it is, but it will create a new column because we are adding a column by extracting from another column. So this is a different concept. But when we do the transform, we are actually applying the same condition on the same column. You are getting what is the difference between this and this. So transform means on the same column it will be modified. Add column means the column will be as it is, but new column, based on the condition, it will create the new column. Come on, somebody kicked me off. Okay, somebody kicked me off. Okay, so screen is not visible. Okay. Okay. So hope you can see me now. Okay. Hope you can hear me and see me now. Okay. So Naresh and Bandari and Sriloju, please do not record. Okay. I will give you the recordings. You need to record. Okay. And Harish Kumar, please go on mute. Okay. Hope you can see the screen now. Okay. So just check your settings. There will be auto recording whenever you join. Okay, so that you can remove. Okay, so that you will not get unnecessarily, our team group size will get increased. So Microsoft will have very limited space, so this kind of issues will come. Okay, so my request is please do not record anything. So it will be confusing and very hard to find the files which I've shared previously here. Okay, so whoever joined today, you can go back and check this chart, right? So you will see some kind of files here. See this Power BI Desktop download file, and then the World Economic Outlook to get the data, and Power BI service. Okay, so yesterday's recording also it will be available here. Okay, so hope you can see the screen. Just type yes if you can able to see my screen and hear me perfectly. Okay, anyway, recording is recording. Now what I'm going to do here, yes, thanks Ravani. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just splitting this pop away. So how can I do? Simply split by number of factors. This suits perfect. So what I can do, I can just give 3. Let's see what happens. So you see, but this is also not working. Here 3 letters, here 3 letters, and here remaining letters. So this is also not working. So what we will do, this won't work. So let's remove this. Any questions, please? Okay, so guys, please go on mute if you are not speaking. Okay, Mohan Bejam. Okay, so here I need to split again using other option by position. Okay, by position. Let's see how that works. So this is trial and error only. Okay, so that you will understand. So I can directly do this option, but I want to show you other options. Okay, so what I will give 3. Let's see what will happen. Now you see it's gone. So it's completely gone away. That pop is completely gone, and you got it. What I have done, I split by position. So third position onwards I want. So before the thing I don't want. So that is the meaning of split by position. Okay, you can also try that, and you can try all the options. Okay, and you will see. Okay, so now this file is, yes, insert, that's fine. So rename, and then this is the error. Why gender 1 is not available? So what I will do, I will just remove this, and that's what you will see here. Okay, so this is the one that we have done, and I've also opened a rough book. Okay, so before that, let me save this project. Okay, so I can save it in this Power BI Desktop. You see untitled one, or I can save here also. Anywhere if I save, both will be the same thing. So let me save this file. So apply later. What is this apply and apply later? Apply means this data will be pushed to Power BI Desktop. Apply later means no, don't push the data into Power BI Desktop. Okay, you keep it just like this, and we will apply later. Okay, so the data will be in Power Query itself. Okay, it will not send to Power BI Desktop. So why? The tool inside the tool. Okay, this is the tool inside the tool. So I said apply later, but it is saving. So I am trying to save it in the July folder. So what I am going to save? I am going to save population analysis report. Okay, something like that. So population or world population analysis report, or some kind of population analysis report. Okay, whether it's a world or it's a few countries or all countries, we don't know. So that is the reason we are giving population report or population analysis report. Okay, just save it. Now you still see Power BI Desktop will not get the data. See, the name is changed. Power population analysis name is changed, but the no data, no fields here. Okay, so that is the magic of apply later. Apply later means data will be only in the Power Query, will not send to Power BI Desktop. Apply means data will be sent to Power BI Desktop. Okay, this is the one major difference, and there is lot of benefit with apply later. Okay, I will tell you in a while. So before that, we have opened a rough copy, rough notebook, and let me go here and let me go to a transform data. Okay, so simply without that also I can open Power Query. So here I will take two tables or three tables. Okay, first let's take two tables. Okay, table 1 for append, table 2 for append 2. Okay, so serial number, name, amount. So this is the easiest one to understand, right? So serial number is 1, name is AAA, amount is 10 rupees. Okay, and 2 BBB and 20 rupees. And this here, instead of number I am putting C, whether it will work or not. So C and 30. Okay, imagine this is table 1. Okay, and I am going to create another table, table 2. So in table 2 also I'll say a serial number. Observe here S capital, N capital, O small, dot is there. Here I am not putting anything. Name and amount. What is the difference? The headers are different. Okay, but I'll give like 1 with 4 years and amount is 10 rupees. It's a duplicate record, but let's see how that will works in the append. Okay, and now I will give 4th record with the DDDD and 40 rupees. And what else we can give? Let's say 5th record and 50 rupees. Okay, so this is table 2. Okay, here in the here we have a ABC, here we are 1, 4, 5 numbers. Okay, here one record is duplicate. So we will test all possible cases how the append will work if I do append these two tables. Okay, so let's do this append new. So then I will come to append also. Okay, first of all append new. So the first table is table 1 and second table is table 2. So you can choose this one is first and that one is second. That's okay. Or if you have more than 3 also, you can choose this. That's we have already tested there. So this is okay. Let me do it. Boom. What happened? So 6 columns came. Ideally, what I was expected, append means serial number should come here, name should come here, amount should come here. So only 3 columns, but should have 6 rows. But what happened in the append? Only 6 rows are came, but columns also become 6. Why? Serial number, name, amount. This is wrong. This is what we expected. We expected this 10 should come here, 40 should come here, 50 should come here, and the names also should go here. Okay, that's what I was expecting. See, here also you have ABAA, here also you have a duplicate record is came, but this is not expected, right? So we want only these 3 columns. Why this has actually happened? So rule number 1. So rule number 2. Rule number 1 is we can have more than 3 tables also we can append at a time. That we can do. But rule number 2 is the header should be same. The column name should be same. What is the rule number 2? Column name should be same. What is that? Column name should be same. So let's change this in the table 2. Let's make this S capital dot N capital O dot. So make it hit enter. And now you see here automatic. Now you see this is came into picture. All are into one location. But why something like this? Something like this. This is a number. This data type is a number. Here the data type is a text. Though it is not considering. Okay, it is not creating any discrimination. Though you are the number, though I am the text, let's append together. That's what the result is actually coming. So the rule number 3, it will not bother about the data type. It will not bother about the data type. Okay, what is bothering? The name. Column name should be same. So here the SNO capital, here SNO capital, so proper. So then the append is actually append proper, but still you see name and name, because of the small one letter also it considers as two different columns. Let me fix this here also. Now you should see that will change the game. Now you see only one name. Now here we need to see this. Okay, let me change again to capital A. Okay, now you will check here. Okay, now you see only 3 columns. Okay, so even though it's a text, that is came text, but here this ABC123 means undefined data type. You can define it to a text. Perfect. You see ABC, ABC, ABC. Why ABC? This is actually number, right? No, there is a C also there. So C is not a number. If you change this to ABC, it will cry, saying that no, how can I become a number? Something like that. If you want to, you can test it. Okay. Replace the current step. Let's see. See error, saying that this cannot be converted. C is, we could not convert to number. Obviously, right? So S will not convert. So what we will do? We will just change this to a text. Okay, replace current step. But what does that mean? So additional step, do you want to come additional step, or within the same step you want? So if you still don't see like that, just go and change this directly. So this is the one kind of workaround. So what we understand by this append? So in the append, either we can do append and append new, anything, that is fine. But the rule number 1 is, the most important rule number is, the column name should be same and number of columns should be same. So what happens? This is the next question. So you understand, you created the rule number 1, which is header should be the same. Okay. What happens if I don't have number of columns same and if the header is not same? They will treat it as a new column. Okay. If there is no matching column name, it will give empty value, null values or empty values based on the data type. So this is the most important point. Okay. So append, we will discuss again when we discuss about merge. Okay. So the question is this: what is the difference between merge and append? Okay. So that time we will discuss again. But for now, you just understand that the column names, header name should be same. In how many files you append, those many files, header name should be same. So that is what it is same for us. So that is the reason number of columns, they never changed. Okay. So if you just check here, here also you have a 9 columns, here also you have a 9 columns, here also you have a 9 columns. Okay. So this is, number of columns is optional, it's not mandatory, but it is good to have same columns. And most important thing is the names, location ID, location, time, age group. So you see here also location ID, location, time, age group. So everything, spelling, all spellings are same. So that is the reason we were able to append, and they were append properly. Okay. So that is the data quality, right? So the quality of data should be good. So if not, we will change the quality to make it proper quality. So we prepare the data, we clean the data, we transform the data using what? Using Power Query. Now let me show you this. What if I do append instead of append new? Okay, what if I do this? So nothing. On this table, the other table will get append. Okay, this is the current table that you have chosen, and the table 2 you will append. So which means the table 1 itself you will get everything. So what is the difference? Append new means it will create a new table. Append means whatever the table that you have chosen, it will be appending to the same table itself. So now table 1 has table 2 data also. So that is the difference. Now we understand append, append new, append rules. Okay, these rules are important. When you practice, you will get it. But we will also do other practices. So that time you will also get append rules, again clarity. But these are the rules. We will make a difference between merge and append. That time you will also get to know all these rules. Okay. But very simple rule is that the header should be the same. and number of columns should be same, but that is optional. If it is not same, what will happen? So this is also you need to test it here. So first let's remove this append query. So that testing is over. What if I add one more column here? Okay, so let me go to this here and add one more column called depart, DEPT. Just imagine, okay, D1, D2 and D3. Here we have an extra column, okay, but here we don't have that column. What will happen in the append? You see, okay, so here we need to change the names. See, everything is gone, right? So serial number and name and amount. Now let's commands. So everything is good, but department, you see the extra column that you have. So in the table 1 we don't have, so that is filled with null because we don't have any values there, and whatever the values are come from table 2, that will be available here. So this is a, you know, what data type should be same. Sorry, not data type, name should be same. Name should be same. Data type is not a matter. These are the two conditions that we should remember, and in the real time they will ask this question in the interview. So what if I don't have same columns, same number of columns? Nothing. They will fill with nulls in another table. Whatever it is not there, they will fill with nulls. So that is the answer. Okay, so this is all about append. Now we also do split, right? So if you want to split, you can also unpivot, right? So that is one more concept called unpivot. So let me save this as a append concept. Apply later. Okay, we don't want to send this data to Power BI Desktop. So this is POC for what? Append. Okay, and you can also do one more thing called, let me put all of them into one group. Okay, you can also create a group here. So what does mean by group? So you will show one folder kind of thing. Okay, POC for append. Let's push them here. Okay, so now we are clean. Nothing is there. Okay, we are not going to touch that file. So let's take one more scenario just to understand. We are trying to, understanding the scenario in a separate rough notebook. Okay, and also we are trying to practice that project. This is our original project. Okay, so we are doing, but how we are doing, how we are learning the new concept is very, very important. Okay, it looks like duplicate in yes, duplicates also will be allowed. Excellent, Sripada, good catch. So yes, if you check this, the duplicates are allowed. It will not delete, saying that you have a duplicate and we don't touch, we don't allow you. No, it will allow you. Where is that file? Yeah, here, check this. So here you see the one record and one record, both are same. Okay, so previously also it was there and now also it was there. So both are same records. So duplicates will be allowed. Okay, in other words, it is just like a SQL union all. SQL union all. I will also tell you how to do a union all in SQL. Remind me when I was trying to open SSMS, when I was trying to explain some SQL queries. Okay, I will also explain you. Okay, I will give you a strong base so that you can learn SQL, I'm sure, but not now. First get the job in Power BI, okay, and you can manage the SQL for now, and once you get the job, start learning the SQL. Okay, I will also tell you why. Okay, but not now. Okay, so this is append. Append will give you duplicates. Append, there are a lot of rules. I will draw one by one later, but for now you can aside for the append right now. So what was the thing that we need to understand? This unpivot options. Unpivot options. This is one of the most important topic. Okay, So I will finish this unpivot and we can end it end here, and then tomorrow we will follow this remaining tables. Okay, using this we will derive these tables as much as possible. Okay, so first let's understand this unpivot concept. So go home and enter data. So what I'm going to take, so product and 2020 and 2021, 2022, 2023, so something like that. Okay, so product is a banana, just imagine, very simple. You will connect it very quickly. So 10 rupees for dozen, something like that, and 12 rupees, 14 rupees, and 15 rupees, something like that. Okay, so here you have a, let's say, mango. Okay, let's say here you have a 5 rupees, 6 rupees, 8 rupees, and 11 rupees, something like that. Okay, you don't worry about the numbers, just understand the data. So you have a rates in each year, how banana rate is increasing, how mango rate is increasing. Now you have this kind of data. Okay, you are selling something like this, you plan to sell something like this, whatever it is. Okay, you have this kind of data. Now click OK, and then we do unpivot. So I want to move it to other files. So let this not to disturb. Okay, this is a separate one. Okay, now you select this and go to transform and use unpivot columns. Okay, so if I do unpivot columns by selecting this, it won't work properly. So you see this is wrong. Product banana. So what I should do, I should select these columns and then do unpivot. So you need to practice this. Okay, why I am showing this, unpivot is also one of the most important thing. What you will get unpivot result is two columns. Input could be n number of columns, but output would be only 2 columns, attribute and value. What is that? Attribute and value. Now you see here you can change it to year and value. Okay, so let me remove this again, and what option I've chosen? Unpivot columns. Unpivot other columns. Will this work? Unpivot other columns? No. So when to use unpivot? You select this column and use unpivot other columns. This will work. This will work properly. So which means you are choosing single column, you are asking unpivot to other columns. Is this same? Is the same this and this, or this and this? No, everything is not same, but in some cases it will be same, some cases it will not be same. So we can go deeper to explain you. I will explain, just have a little patience. Okay, so let's imagine I'm choosing third option. So I want to unpivot only these columns, so which means I will use only unpivot only selected columns. This will give you correct results, but I will show you one more thing here. I will go and I will add 2024. No, this is not required. So what I want here is 18 rupees. Here 14 rupees. Just imagine. Now you see. This is not correct. You see, 2024 is not part of this. Here I was expecting 2024 should come here and 14 and 18 should come here, but that is not happened. Why? Because we only selected those columns. We only selected those columns. These columns only we selected, not the 2024. So you understand which suits for us, only selected columns, or in this case actually we should not use only selected columns. What we should have used, now if you remove, now you see, you should have used either you use unpivot other columns or unpivot columns. So if you do unpivot other columns, let's say, it is proper. Now you see 20. Now if you go back and add 2025 also, it will come proper. So 2025. let's say 20 rupees and 15 rupees. If you click here directly, it will be proper. You see 2025 also came properly. So you can change this to a number, that is fine. You see, and you can make this as a price, and you can make this as a year, and this is how the product. So we have understand unpivot, and we have also understand unpivot other columns, and we also understand unpivot only selected columns. So we also understand the difference between these two. Unpivot other means apart from this dimension, whatever it comes, it should automatically unpivot. Okay, unpivot only selected columns means whatever I selected initially, only those columns should unpivot. If at all, if a new column comes in, it should not be part of unpivot. I might be going very deeper, okay, very deeper. Okay, you might not understand at this point of time. What I recommend, I will give this POC file. You need to practice. You try this just blindly. If you don't know also anything, you just try, and then you try with my video. Anyway, I will give you this recording. Okay, and then you will get clarity. So knowing the concept is very important, guys. Knowing the concept is very important. And if they ask any question also, we can confidently tell them in the interview. Okay, so we understand unpivot, we understand append, we understand filter concepts, we understand removing top rows, okay, removing null values, removing unnecessary junk data, kind of NA. So lot of transformations we have understand. We know how to count the rows, okay, we know how to split the data. So a lot of other things that we have learned today. Okay, so one of the most important concept is called unpivot. What is actually pivot? So pivot is nothing but, if you see a car, in between two wheels there is a rod. To connect two wheels there will be a rod. Okay, that we call as a pivot. Okay, so pivot means it's a kind of a rod, okay, to connecting two different systems to rotate. Okay, that is the meaning of pivot. But here also it will be rotate the data, columns to rows, rows to columns. Unpivot means columns to rows. Pivot means rows to columns. That is the only difference. Pivot, unpivot. Okay, unpivot means ulta skit. Pivot means seedha skit. Okay, that's kind of thing. Okay, so we will discuss pivot later, but for now you should be very clear with unpivot. You should be very clear with unpivot. Okay, if I tell pivot, then you will get confused. So that is the reason I am not telling you. I used to tell every batch pivot and unpivot at the same time. So you will get confused. Just practice this unpivot. Okay, so I will save this as a unpivot POC. Apply later. So POC append is also there, and this is what unpivot. Okay, so two POCs that we have learned today. Okay, so now I'll try to do a simple thing, and then I will create these three tables. Okay, and then I will finish. I will take another 2 minutes to create these tables, but they will not be complete. Okay, I will tell you why. So what I will do, I will also tell you one more important concept called reference versus duplicate. I will discuss detailed tomorrow a POC, but what I will do, I will go with the reference. So what happens if I do duplicate? What happens if I do reference? So this is also we need to be very clear. See, understanding concept is different. You know, differentiating the concept is different. So when you differentiate, you will understand better. Okay. So what is reference? It will just create the new copy. But you just understand this applied steps. It will not come those applied steps here. Whatever you see these applied steps, that won't come when you do reference. But what if I do a duplicate? It's a Xerox copy. You see this options itself. You see this will create the chain link system. It will not create any link system. It will Xerox copy. Okay, duplicate means Xerox. You see Xerox option in the symbol. If you're not seeing, then I will show you. See, you just understand the symbol. right? Xerox copy, duplicate. This is a link system, parent-child relationship. Okay, we will discuss that tomorrow. What is parent-child relationship? For now, I'm not having duplicate for now, so I'm just deleting the duplicate copy. But we are going with append. Okay. One more reference. So I've taken 3 references. Why? Because using this I need to create these 3 tables. So you are making a lot of nonsense. Why are you creating a lot of other data unnecessarily? Yes, for now it looks like nonsense. I will make it more sense tomorrow why we are doing all these things. First, let's rename this to what? Fact population table. So let's create a fact hyphen population. Perfect. So first one is created. So there is no hyphen. So let me remove the hyphen. Okay, P capital. So the naming is also should be good. Okay, same as they expected. Otherwise they will say names are not good. Now dim age and dim region. Let's make it dim age. So here also I can double click and rename it dim age. Now you observe here. Okay, if you do here also it will change. If you do here also it will change. If you hit enter, it will change. Okay, now you see dim age. Now you say dim region, right? Dim region. Perfect. So these are the tables are there, but what they are saying here, country ID, country region. So country ID is there, country is there, region is not there. So remaining columns we don't want. So I'm going to introduce one more option called choose columns. Okay, what is this? Choose columns. Here in dim region, what we want, only country ID, country and region. So country, unselect every country, country ID, country, but region is not there. We will ask the business. We will send an email. Okay. So what email we are going to send? We are sending that we do not see a region in the given combined table or all the source files. Please suggest what kind of regions we need to add here. Okay, that is the question, because region data is not there. They want a region also in the column. So obviously we will check. Now you see lot of duplicate data, right? So we will remove the duplicate. Remove duplicates. So one more option we'll learn. Okay, 2 options we'll learn. Choose columns and remove duplicates. Choose column, remove duplicate and reference. See, we are learning lot of concepts. So what I recommend you practice them. Okay, so now here if you go dim age, here what many columns we want? Only 3 columns. Age group ID, age group and category. Do we have age group ID? We don't have age group ID. Go to choose column. Okay. We don't want country ID. So let's remove country ID. Country also we don't want because they are belongs to this table. So year also we don't want. Remove. Gender also we don't want. Population also we don't want. Only we have age group. That's all. And here is a lot of duplicate data. Let's remove the duplicates. Okay, so we created dim tables and fact table. So two dimension tables, one fact table. Actually, what is dim table? What is fact table? You know, why we need to create, why we need to remove duplicates. Okay, what is the intention of this? Everything that we will discuss tomorrow in data warehousing concepts. Okay, what is fact table? What is dimension table? What is task schema? What is snowflake schema? What is the logical model? What is the physical model? What is the conceptual model? Everything that we will discuss tomorrow. So now you see, this is one dimension, age group, but we need 2 more columns. Age group ID we want, category we want. So 2 columns we need to create here, and here we need to create one more column called region. So these here 2 columns, here 1 column. So 3 columns we need to create. Then let's clean this also. Here in this fact, 2 IDs we want, and age, gender, year, gender, population only we want. Go to again choose columns. Okay, and country ID you keep it, but country don't want. Yes, year you want, age group, ID, gender, population. But here age group ID we want. We don't want age group. Okay, age group ID we want, but age group ID is not there. Okay, So we will get the age group ID using this age group. So for until then we will keep it. Only I removed country. Okay. So here we have a age group, but I should replace with age group ID. So I just moved it here. So there is one more concept called move. Okay, you can see move to left, right, to beginning, to end. Okay, you can also play with these options. Okay, what happens if I move to end? It will be coincide here in the end. Okay, you can say, if you say move to beginning, it will come here, and just move to just right or left. See, something like that. So you can play this moving, ordering columns. Okay, so we learn a lot today. Do you agree or not? We learn a lot today. So again, we have made a lot of duplicate of data. You have a combined data here, and you make a reference. Again, you create a lot of data, and again we created here. You might be but you see that some junk data is there. Okay, so how we are going to clean the data? So these two are junk data. Okay, we need to clean this data. So cleaning, preparing, okay, transforming, using what? Power Query. What is the motto of Power Query? What is the tagline of Power Query? Clean, transform, prep, or prep, clean, transform the data. Okay, that is the tagline for this movie. Okay, what is Power Query? We are doing Power Query. Okay, and we are giving a lot of concepts like cleaning, transforming, and preparing. Okay, right? So we will in depth we can understand all these things tomorrow. Hope it is clear, and if it is not clear, not to worry. You need to practice this at least 2 to 3 times. I highly recommend. This is one of the most important concepts and most favorite project or report for me. Okay, so you will learn a lot in Power Query. Okay, so being said that, I would like to stop here now, and 2 minutes for Q&A if you have any questions. So now, should I apply or should I close, or close and apply? What is these 3 differences? If I apply means everything data is going to Power BI Desktop. So I don't want to do that. I just want to simply do close.
Close and apply.
Okay. If I do close and apply, data will come, but I have not finished my project, right? So I need to do remaining columns, 3 columns. So then I will do close and apply. But until then, I will just close. So then apply later. So this one I will also close it. Do you want to say yes? I will save it, but I will say apply later. This is POC one. When I don't want POC data also to be sent into Power BI, because I am not creating any visuals at this point of time using the data. Okay. Any questions? I will give you everything. Okay, no need to worry about this, Naresh. I will give you. We can give you the sample data. Just go in. I will give you those 3 files, practice files. Okay. So what else you want? Any other questions, please? If you have any questions, please feel free to chat with me in the Skype personally. Okay, by searching my name, Mahinder Academy Pro, you will see my photo, and you can say hi to me, and you can you can discuss. Could you please send me the practice files? Sure, definitely. Yeah, definitely I will send you. Okay, good that people are asking this. Last time they were not asking. Okay, I really appreciate people who are more interested. Okay, so I'm going to send you these 3 files and also POC files. Okay, so you do not use directly my POC, but what you can do, you try to create your own POC. Okay, so and try to compare with my POC, so that you will be getting more thing. But yes, the population file I will give you. Okay, so you need to do that. Thank you. I will send in another 1 minute. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we can wind up. Thank you guys. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mohan.